I just got done watching Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 4 Part 2, and it's time for us to talk about this ending a little because it definitely sets up a lot for the future of Ninjago, and Season 5 might actually be building up to be the final season. Now, let us talk about the normal or the new ninja plot first, because this is the relatively stable one. What happens is, of course, that Beatrix tries to work around with a Cryptor and a Nindroid bot, just re-establishment. However, of course, that does not work out, and the loyalist faction does end up losing ultimately at the end, which ends up creating something known as the Union of Realms. The merged realms are basically combined to form a sort of a union or a common world government where they support each other in different crises. They talk about matters, they discuss them on an entirety on a representative basis. This is, of course, introduced by Percival in the show. But the more important thing is, of course, what happens in relation to the older ninja storyline, because what happens is actually that Silver ends up living and continuing on as a side character in the show. Silver is controlled by the Weapon of Desolation at the very end, and after that, the ninjas do manage to free him. Lloyd absorbs all of the powers of the Weapon of Desolation, and that in turn, of course, manages to free Silver's mind from it. Silver continues to live on. However, he definitely will play a big role in season 5 if it is the final season, considering that he is one of the only descendants linked directly to Raz. Lloyd, though, is unable to handle the power of the Weapon of Desolation, and he basically dies in this season. That is right, Lloyd Gambidon has passed away. They make an entire mural for him in the monastery. The Union of Realms celebrates him. But Lloyd has died, or he's at least dead for the time being. Lloyd continues on in the same spirit form as Master Wu. He leads Jay to something that is related to all of the realms. This is something we see through a flashback with Jay at the blacksmith shop, which is something surprising. And this little artifact here shows us 16 realms and the way they connect to each other, and something in the center. I have no idea what this is just yet, but I'm sure season 5 will explore this in a lot of detail, because this is, of course, used by Lord Raz to capture Wu's ghost in some shape or form. But of course, the more important takeaway here is that Lloyd is in a ghostly form now. He is not spectral, but he is in a sprite form, just like Master Wu was. So my guess is as good as yours as to what happens here. Smaller things include, of course, Sora's parents being loyalists, but actually redeeming themselves by the end of the season. And, of course, you have Jay back on the team with all his memories now. You have Cole, Zane, Nia, and Kai on the team. You have Pixel, who's damaged, but she will be fine soon enough. Reginald and Frack have made up. Yep, and that is kind of all we have this season. Wildfire did not get a new outfit though, and that is something I'm definitely a little salty about. With that being said though, what are you guys' thoughts? Thanks for watching, I will do appreciate it. Have you seen the new season yet? Like, subscribe to that fun stuff. I'll see you all soon. And thanks for watching once again. Love you guys.